Welcome back, Amiibros, to No More Heroes. In the last episode, we slayed Death Metal, becoming rank 10 among the United Assassin Association. Blech, tongue twister. And in this episode, before we get to the next ranked fight, we have to do some side jobs and earn some LB dollars. Starting with collecting coconuts. The unspoken rules of Santa Destroya are okay, but the coconuts of Santa Destroya are my thing. Coconuts from these parts fetch a high price. This town is built on coconuts. Coconuts are worth more than I don't know. Coconuts are God, so gather them now. Coconut collector. Gather coconuts and give them to the storekeeper. Use combo attacks at the palm trees to make coconuts fall. Then you press the A button repeatedly, carrying the coconuts to walk faster. Pretty self-explanatory, simple, easy to understand. One thing to keep note of when you're doing this side job, make sure you keep an eye on where the coconuts are placed on the palm tree, because as you'll see, you do not want to be under where the coconuts will fall. If Travis is under the coconut while it falls and it hits his head, he'll waste a lot of time, costing you precious LBs you could be earning. See, right there, like a dipshit, I wasn't paying attention to where the coconut was in relation to where I was punching it, and I suffered for my troubles. You'll know when it's the right time to punch the palm tree. That sounds really bad out of context. When the button prompt pops up. If the prompt hasn't popped up yet, Travis is going to basically swipe at thin air, and you're going to miss the palm tree entirely. So the best piece of advice I can give you with this side job in particular, make sure Travis comes to a complete stop. And once the button prompt pops up, that's when you should punch the tree. You can collect multiple coconuts, total of 3. However, the more coconuts you carry, the slower Travis is, costing you more time. So keep that in mind. It is imperative that you collect as many coconuts as you possibly can. So another piece of advice I could give you for this job is, as much as it would suck to go for the trees further in the back, I recommend you do that first, so that way you can work your way closer to the shop, to where the shopkeeper is, and say multiple coconuts fall, you can collect all 3 of those and, you know, get them there that way. Of course, in either scenario eats up a lot of time. I still managed to get into the double digits when collecting coconuts. You think with how easy it is to get coconuts just by punching a damn tree, you know, coconuts wouldn't cost that much, but apparently in Santa Destroy, coconuts are God, apparently. Could you imagine living in a society where coconuts are like the thing to buy, you know? I mean, I rarely ever see coconuts in supermarkets, and I think they're around during like the fall or spring, maybe summer, somewhere around that. I mean, that really narrows it down. But yeah, I can't say I've ever really enjoyed coconuts, given how rare I've ever had them. I remember one time my dad offered me a piece of coconut and I tried it, and it was okay. I mean, it wasn't anything to write home about, let's just say that. I remember one time trying coconut juice, and ugh, God, man, it's literally water if it was bitter. That's how it tasted to me. I don't know how you can make water bitter, but coconut juice found a way. That being said, I do like coconut shavings, you know, coconut pie, that's always nice. Ooh, those are tasty. Anyway, after collecting 13 coconuts, we are awarded 2,600 LBs and a gold medal rank for our efforts. Woot! I'm not sure what happens once you get a gold rank for all of the side jobs as well as all the assassination missions. I'm pretty sure it's just bragging rights, but those of you who have played this game and have gotten gold on everything, on all the missions and side jobs, feel free to post that in the comments. I'd love to know about it. But after completing the coconut collector side job, we are awarded with a permit to do assassination missions. Here's a list of jobs you can do for your next mission. Thank you, non-shady lady. You can tell she's not that shady, given the line on her face that blocks out her eyes. Anyway, we have two assassination missions, not side jobs. Totally different. We have two assassination missions available to us. The first one, and this is the one I'm not too big a fan of. The first assassination mission is to assassinate the head of the Pizza Butt Corporation. This assassination mission actually leads into bigger things later down the line, if you can believe it, but I'll save that for No More Heroes 2. For now, let's make our way to the assassination mission. While we're making our way to there, my opinion on the side jobs, they're okay. I mean, I definitely think they're my least favorite part about playing the game. They have their charm to them in terms of like how different the tone is compared to what you're actually doing. But those are my general thoughts. For right now, let's do this assassination mission. So in order to complete this mission, we have to kill the target, basically the CEO of the Pizza Butt Corporation. Before we can do that, though, we have to clear out whoever gets in our way. Easier said than done. I'm not a big fan of this assassination mission in particular, because the mission ends once you kill the target. Now, that wouldn't be such a problem if the target wasn't a little bitch and wielded a gun. We all know how much I feel about gun mooks. They suck. And when you have a bunch of fucking mooks right here wielding, brass knuckles and swarming you, it's not a good time. It really isn't. I definitely think this assassination mission leaves a bad taste in your mouth as a first impression. Look at that. See, I just wanted to get it over with as soon as possible, just by getting a bronze. I mean, you're not really rewarded for how many people you kill before you get to the target. Once you kill the target, that's it. The amount of money is set, and it's not... Yeah, no, those assassination missions I'm not a big fan of. But the second assassination mission is actually in the same place. This time, we actually have to kill a certain amount of people within a certain time limit. This right here is a mission I'm more of a fan of because you don't have to deal with this stupid rule set of kill the target before time runs out, and if you kill the target, you fail the job, and you have to go back to K Entertainment to accept the assassination mission. Yeah, it's not a good time. Especially when you're wielding the Bloodberry, and it's piss poor bad. Poor Bloodberry. It doesn't get the love it deserves despite being Travis's most iconic weapon. No, I'm more of a fan of the beam katanas he wields in No More Heroes 2. I think they're called the Twin Rose Lessons. I think that's what they're called. That is a cool thing about No More Heroes 2, is the different beam katanas and how they have different names. Not just, Spark Mark 1 or Spark Mark 2, But right here, as you can see, assassination missions are a lot more fun than side jobs. Most people would agree. And I'm inclined to agree as well. But I do think you should, as much fun as the assassination missions are, I do think it's important to diversify and do some side jobs, even when you're playing Game Plus. When I was doing test playthroughs for this game before I started recording, I did nothing but assassination missions because if you do New Game Plus, you have access to all the assassination missions, all the side jobs, so you don't have to work your way up. You're still working your way up the ranking ladder in terms of the 10 ranked assassins you're killing, but you at least have a little bit more freedom with what you can do. But I digress. So I was doing nothing but the assassination missions and without doing any of the side jobs, and it became a little tedious. It came to a point where I was just like, do I have enough LBs now to just take on the next ranked fighter and move on? So I definitely think when playing this game, it is sort of imperative to, do the side jobs just to break up the monotony of it all. Because as much fun as No More Heroes gameplay can be when, you're just slaughtering countless amounts of mooks and how satisfying it can be, I do think that, if you keep doing it so much, you eventually start to get bored of it. Not saying that that's the case for all games out there, just No More Heroes specifically, The first game is good, I'm not gonna lie, I do enjoy it, but it does have its flaws that, thankfully No More Heroes 2 does iron out. But that's for No More Heroes 2, which is way later. Right here we have a free fight mission, and these missions I avoid because... So starting off with free fight missions, you only have one hit point, meaning if you get hit just once, that's it, no more. These don't cost anything to do. You have everything to gain and nothing to lose at that point. But it can be really fucking annoying when you just want to gain money and you have to essentially tiptoe around every mook that you come across. True, it does give you, it does help hone your skills to, keep an eye on where the mooks are in relation to Travis, as well as, lining them up for some juicy multi-kills with your death blows. But to me, I find these more of an annoyance than an actual benefit. As you noticed on the top of the screen, there's still a time limit, so it's not like you can just run around and plan your moves accordingly. No, you are timed. I mean, you have to make each shot count while also keeping track of everything, while also being a one-hit point wonder. This first free fight mission, it's not that bad. It's relatively easy, goes without saying for where you're at this point in the game, but later free fight missions are just bullshit. Because later on they start throwing in beam katana wielding mooks, and again, much like the gun mooks, you all know how much I hate those. Thankfully, like I said, this first free fight mission, it's not that bad. The arena's very open compared to other arenas where they're a lot more narrow and confined. Well, not so much narrow, but they're a lot smaller in relation to this first one. You do get a sizable amount of LBs, so as long as you're, careful and efficient with your kills, you should be able to clear these no problem. I just did this just to show it off. This is the only free fight mission I'm doing because I'm not a big fan of them, and despite the difference in locales, they're relatively the same thing, So, after doing that free fight mission, we now have after doing the free fight mission, the side job, and the assassination mission, we now have enough LBs to take on Dr. Peace. But before we do that, I wanted to show you the pause screen and, what's available to you. So, as I showed in Travis's apartment, this is the in-game map. It can be a little confusing to navigate given its pixelated display, but you can always zoom in, and if you're curious on where things are, they're neatly displayed on the map. So after showing the map, we can look at the ranking. Shows you how much money you owe the association, as well as how much Travis has in his pocket. Good thing he has a beam katana on him, because walking around with that much money is just begging for trouble. Right here, this shows what kind of side job we're taking. If you do not want to do a side job, you can just pause, go to side job, and just quit. There you go, no fuss, no muss. You don't have to fail or pass it on purpose if you don't want to do it. Right here is the config, sound effects, subtitles, yada yada yada. Data, exactly what it's like. New game, you can load a game, all that stuff. Just showing off the basic stuff before we end today's episode. But, with that being said, next time on No More Heroes, after Travis is done scratching his scrotum, or his groin, we take on Dr. Peace. See you guys then.